That sounds so fun. Oh man, that's so fun. Oh my god. We're gonna have a good time.
Then you see a pack of Hell's Angels going by, people are gonna want to look. Next thing you know, cars. Because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined the street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out back.
Got put out in 2006, back in 2007, wound up going into Cannon. 2011. Came out of there, I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Stacks. I'm your host, Bill Stacks, and today we got a lot to talk about. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. I got a pretty informative one for you guys today. So, first in the news, let me give a couple shout outs real quick. Jaman, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. First, like Stacks' post. Thank you. Appreciate it. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. First person we're going to talk about is Bobby Salazar. You guys remember him? He is the restaurant owner who was arrested for... Joe, what's going on? How you doing? Den, what's good? How are you? Much support from Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. I got a huge announcement to make. I finally can talk about it. So, hold on, I'm trying to get some pictures for you guys. So if you guys don't know, December 6th, I'm going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I got nominated, and I'm being inducted December 5th. Shout out to all the people involved with that. There's a lot of well-known people who are being inducted. Don Wilson, it's the MMA Hall of Fame out of, I believe it's Houston or Dallas. I forget. It just slips my mind. Shout out to Juanita Gap. Shout out to Don Wilson. There's so many people. David Kazul, Shawnee Carter, Alan Goldberg, Jen A.G., Roger Rell, James Ortega, Scotty Wilson. Shout out to all the inductees into the Hall of Fame. That's going to be happening on December 6th. It's huge. That's huge. Like, everybody doesn't get put into the Hall of Fame. That's a huge accomplishment in life, and I'm very appreciative for all the recognition, for all the work that I've done. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys all for your support, too. We've been growing at a fast pace. I cannot stress it enough. Let's see where we're at. Every time I look at it, we're almost there. We're almost at 19,000. But the other platforms, crazy. Got 20,000 on Facebook. We got 10,000, over 10,000 on Instagram. We've just been killing it with the numbers lately. All right, we need 15 more people. 15 more people. And we have 19,000. 15 more people. So tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend to subscribe to Chatting with Stacks. Help us get to 19,000, and we'll hit 20,000 by Christmas, I guaranteed. SNS, how you doing? Joe, what's good? Ken's in the house. What's good, Ken? How you doing? I'm going to keep putting in the work and keep striving and getting to where I want to be. You know, we got this documentary in the works right now. Things are going along pretty good. Things are on track. It looks amazing. You guys are going to be like, wow. Like, I'm putting in a lot of work for this documentary. And I believe it's going to be one of the best documentaries of 2026. And it's something different. It's something different from everything that's out there. It's not Gangland. It's not United Gangs of America. It's called Fallen Angels, and it has to do with ex-Hells Angels, and they tell their experience. It's kind of like in a story format. You guys will see it when it comes out. It's incredible. Unreleased footage of the Hells Angels during their time within the club, and it's a lot of unreleased stuff that you have not seen before. The public has not seen this before, so it's gonna be incredible, and you guys will get to see it first, because all my subscribers, I'm going to give you guys a chance to watch it first before it even gets released. So thank you guys all for your support. I really appreciate it. So let's get down to business. Today, we're talking about Bobby Salazar. If you guys don't know who he is the restaurant owner who is in major trouble right now for paying a motorcycle club president allegedly to light his restaurant on fire that was inoperable at the time. He was using it for storage, but he has new charges, bring a higher potential for prison time in Bobby Salazar's case. Damn, this is in Fresno. Restaurateur pleads not guilty to 6 counts, including 4 counts of mail fraud counts. Arson-related charges. Federal indictment expands the drama surrounding long-running social business saga. In a federal courtroom on Monday, Bobby Salazar, Fresno restaurateur, known as the face of Bobby Salazar's restaurants, entered a not guilty plea to 6 counts tied to a fire in one of his eateries. Appearing on with a new attorney, Salazar faced 4 fresh counts of mail fraud along with arson-related charges. A turn in the case that has already drawn intense local attention and scrutiny. Salazar, 63 years old, is accused of orchestrating a plan to bomb his restaurant, Bobby Salazar's. The property on 2839 North Blackstone Avenue, using an alley connected to a motorcycle club, according to prosecutors. Left the building once used for storage and ashes. So they did succeed in burning the building down. It occurred on April 2nd, 2024. A federal grand jury returned all 6 counts on October 23rd, setting a stage for a trial that prosecutors say could carry substantial penalties. The 6-count indictment includes 4 mail fraud counts, 2 arson-related charges. Prosecutors allege Salazar paid Thomas Quills, president of the Screaming Demons Motorcycle Club, and an accomplice $10,000 to set fire. They contended that Salazar's had expanded the restaurant insurance coverage in the months leading up to the blaze and subsequently collected nearly $1 million in insurance payouts. That's crazy because I just interviewed someone yesterday who told me about an insurance scam that he was a part of and where this very thing happened, but he didn't get paid for it. But he went to prison for it, so he expanded his insurance coverage to $1 million. He collected nearly $1 million in insurance payouts. The government asserts that Salazar used funds towards a condo purchase in San Francisco, tax obligations, and a $50,000 or a $500,000 loan. On the day of the arraignment, Salazar's new attorney said he declined to comment to reporters after leaving court. Salazar has been released on a $1 million bond, while Quills remains in Fresno County Jail. How ironic. So the guy that set the blaze is sitting in jail. But the guy who ordered the blaze is walking free on a $1 million bond. And where did he get that $1 million? He got the $1 million from lighting the business on fire. The mail fraud charges carry a minimum potential of 20 years in federal prison for each count. Holy shit. The arson-related charges carry their own significant potential penalties. Arson to commit a felony carries up to 5 or 10 years in prison. And a separate arson conviction carries up to 5 years. If convicted on any count, Salazar could face substantial fines of up to $250,000 per count. Damn, so he's facing over $1 million worth of fines. As the case moves forward, observers noted that the allegations extend beyond the courtroom into the local business ecosystem. The Tower District location of Bobby Salazar's restaurant, situated on Olive Avenue, remains in operation. As the broader business enterprise continues to function, even as questions linger about events of 2024 and the financial aftermath of the fire, prosecutors have outlined the narrative in which Salazar attempted to leverage an insurance windfall. They alleged that the funds were siphoned towards San Francisco condo, outstanding tax obligations, and a sizable loan, painted a broader picture of financial maneuvering tied to the alleged arson scheme. The defense has not publicly commented on the specifics, but the courtroom will reveal the evidence as the case progresses. The timing of the indictment raises questions about the speed and scope of the legal process of the new charges, come after a lengthy investigation, and signal more expansive prosecutorial approach for Salazar. The path ahead includes potential pretrial motions, discovery exchanges, trial date that remains to be determined. For Quills, the next step are also poised to unfold in court, with the state and federal processes in the case that has captured the local and regional attention. Local observers emphasize that, as with any federal indictment, Salazar is presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. The complexity of the charges spanning fraud and arson mean that the defense will have opportunity to scrutinize the government's evidence, challenge its interpretation of the financial records, insurance documents, and the timeline of the alleged coordination with the motorcycle club member. The broader implications of the case extend into how local businesses leverage insurance risk in high visible hostility market. Salazar's restaurant has remained a fixture in the community for years, and his ongoing proceeds, the concerns about the business's resilience, safety, and the responsibility of the business owners to manage risk within the comprehensive climate What's next in the case? The pretrial motion and hearing will likely shape the frame of the trial, including evidence. The jury will hear about the alleged payments, the insurance payouts, the subsequent events surrounding the fire. Defense will have an opportunity to contest the Fed's interpretation, financial documents, communications, because they have text messages between this guy and the president of the motorcycle club saying about burning the building down. So, I mean, there's pretty strong evidence. The feds usually don't bring a case unless the evidence is pretty strong. Community members, industry observers, and legal correspondents will be watching closely as the government presents its case and Salazar's team counters with defense and counter evidence. The stakes are high. I mean, this case carries the potential of him being in prison for the rest of his life. He's an older man. He's, 63? I mean, this guy could go to prison and never leave. So it's all or nothing for this guy. Who knows what's going to happen? And if you guys haven't been watching, yeah, it's a life sentence at his age, 100%. Rah, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. So if you guys haven't been watching the news, you might not have seen that the Island Boys are suspected of robbing 6ix9ine's house. That's what people are saying. There's a video of one of the alleged Island Boys, they say, calling out his brother Red's name in the video. They're holding 6ix9ine's mother at gunpoint. I mean, you don't get no points for that. You know what I'm saying? You do not get no points for holding an old woman hostage. Definitely not. You don't. It's just crazy. All right, I got a video for the Salazar situation, so let's watch this video and then we'll move on to the next situation. Don't know if restaurant owner arrested. Blah, blah, blah. This is the restaurant that burned down. You guys can see it in the background. Can you see it? Crazy. Yeah, that restaurant is toast. I mean, what the hell? They're making the screen look all weird. What the hell? I don't know why they're making it look like that. All right, it's back to normal. All right, so we got a lot to talk about today. Wild case that we're going to be talking about today. And let me get this picture up. Tomorrow I got a funny one for you guys. We're going to talk about the Twinkleberries. We got a real funny show for you guys tomorrow. So that one's at 12 o'clock tomorrow. Don't miss it. I might be dropping the interview with the former Hells Angel possibly tonight. I'm working on it, so stay tuned for that. Let me just get these pictures for you guys. All right, so this right here, the middle girl is the victim, right? The killer's on the left, the accessories on the right. These are Hell's Angels associates. This happened in Charleston. A man was sentenced for the 2020 murder of a missing Charleston woman, Chelsea Sweeney. This is in South Carolina, Charleston. A man has been sentenced for the death of Chelsea Sweeney, a Charleston woman who went missing in 2020, was later found dead inside a Husky container in Spartanburg County. Mark Dwyane, Walton, 36 years old, was guilty of accessory after the fact for the murder and desecration of human remains. That's the guy on the right. By the Charleston County jury following a week-long trial in the Ninth Circuit Solicitor's Office stated. The judge sentenced Walton to serve 25 years consecutive incarceration, 15 years for accessory, and 10 years for desecration. You believe that shit? Now that's a long fucking time. That's what? 30. That's 40. That's 50 years. 25 years. And it's consecutive, right? Concurrent means together, right? I'm right, right? Concurrent means together, right? Consecutive means what after the other? Wow. So the guy on the right, he gets 25 years and then 15 years for the accessory charge, right? Or maybe they put the 15 and the 10 together. 15 for the accessory charge and 10 for the desecration. So 25 years consecutive. He has to do one after the other. So it's 25 years. So on February 27, 2020, Buddy Carr, that's the guy on the left, 32 years old, traveled to Charleston from Spartanburg in a white Ford F-150 pickup truck to visit Walton to attend a funeral. Both Carr and Walton were longtime friends who claimed to have associates in the motorcycle club, the Hells Angels. The two friends planned to go drinking when Carr arrived. Walton was staying with his girlfriend, Gina Scaldone, 23, of West Ashley, West Chase Apartments complex at the time. The men went out with a group where they became intoxicated to the point where the staff complained that they were acting obnoxiously. After leaving the bar, the group went back to West Chase, where Sweeney also lived. So this woman lived in the same apartment building. Sweeney and Scaldone both worked at King Street Grill at Kiwa Island together. So they worked together, and the two had become close friends. So that's the guy all the way to the left and the girl. They became good friends. They worked at this bar together. After stopping at Scaldone's apartment, the group went to Sweeney's place, that's the woman, continued socializing, where Carr and Walton were said to have acted drunk and obnoxious. So Sweeney encouraged everyone to head to another bar. The group then migrated to a nearby bar called Traces, in which surveillance allowing the group's whereabouts and locations to be well documented. and they were released from the solicitor's office. Walton ended up taking Scaldone home while the group was at Tracy's too, but returned to meet up with Carr around 12:15 a.m. on Friday, February 28, 2020. The pair were eventually kicked out of Tracy's. I guess it's called Tracy's 2, like the word two. And they were kicked out of the bar and not allowed to return. Around 1:30 a.m., the group went back to Sweeney's apartment where Walton left Carr. Sweeney was furious that Carr had been left at her apartment. Walton ignored Sweeney's request to get in the car and went back to Scaldone's apartment where he crawled through a window. An argument ensued. Walton claimed to have passed out afterwards, although trial evidence strongly contradicted the asserted that Walton went to sleep, the solicitor's office said. Back at Sweeney's apartment, she told others that she was angry and was going to kick Carr out of her apartment. These were her last known living communications, officials said. So she went missing for some time, and everyone's looking for her. Trial evidence showed that instead of sleeping, Walton had gone back to Sweeney's apartment shortly after she had last known communications were recorded and remained there for some time. Circumstantial evidence provided Walton helped Carr move Sweeney's vehicle to a nearby neighborhood before the pair returned in Carr's truck. In the morning, Carr went to a nearby Home Depot and bought a black Husky 45-gallon tote, same one Sweeney's body was found in. How ironic. Both men returned to Home Depot later on with the tote in the back of the pickup truck, and they went inside. So what they're saying is they think that the body was in the pickup truck when these guys went back inside the Home Depot. That's where they purchased 4 bags of cement, a tie-down strap, latex gloves, and they went to a Chick-fil-A drive-thru where surveillance camera shows the tote fastened closed with a charger wire, like a charging wire for a car. In the same way that it was later found by authorities when they found Sweeney's body. A few days later, on Monday, March 2nd, 2020, numerous law enforcement agencies, including State Law Enforcement Division, or SLED, out there in South Carolina, they have SLED. And that's like, from what I hear, if anyone's watching from South Carolina, it's kind of like the helicopter goes looking for people. They call it the SLED, right? They descended on Carr's home at 704 O. Henry Drive in Eamon to execute a search warrant. They found this white Ford F-150 truck stuck in the mud behind his home by the tree line. The black tote inside the tree line, which contained the body of Sweeney, who had sustained over 40 blunt force blows to the skull, which investigators determined she was hit with a hammer. When agents looked inside the house, they found Carr dead on the couch from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Damn. So they found Carr dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. And that's the guy on the... Damn, I thought he was in prison. But I guess he unalived himself. The Ninth Circuit Solicitor's Office is exceptionally appreciative of Sweeney's family, who endured so much that terrible day, and in the years to follow to see this matter to its resolution, as well as Gina Scaldone and Patrick Stanborough, who suffered, fair enough, untrue accusations of involvement. So someone else was accused of this. Accusations of involvement, while also mourning the loss of his loved ones, the office said. That's insane. So these guys, they were all looking for her for a while. Let me see if I could find this. All right, so I got the article. Let me see if it says woman missing out of Charleston, found dead in Spartanburg. Coroner ruled death a homicide. Charleston, South Carolina. Charleston Police Department announced Monday night that a woman missing out of Charleston was found dead in Spartanburg residence. Spartanburg County coroner identified 28-year-old Chelsea Sweeney. Cause of death is blunt force trauma to the head. The manner of death is ruled a homicide. On Friday, police found that Sweeney and her vehicle went missing from her residence. The vehicle was found late Saturday night, according to the CPD. Authorities requested Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office and Law Enforcement Division SLED to assist the discovery of a person of interest in the Spartanburg area. The person identified as Buddy Allen Carr, 32, was found dead Monday at the same residence as Sweeney. Authorities said Carr lived at the residence where the bodies were found. An autopsy is not yet performed on Carr, but investigators stress that they do believe there is no danger to the public. SLED is investigating Carr's death. The investigation into Sweeney's death is ongoing. So then they allegedly kept investigating and they found who was responsible for this. And it was that guy on the left. So transported the body. New details released in the death of Chelsea Sweeney revealed the 28-year-old was killed in Charleston and transported to Spartanburg, where her body was located by law enforcement. They obtained affidavits from the Charleston Police Department chronicling the events that led to the discovery of Sweeney's body and also the arrests that were made so far. Police say Sweeney was first missing by friends and co-workers on February 28th, and her vehicle was found abandoned the next day. CPD conducted a search of Sweeney's apartment, which witnesses confirmed that she and another party involved were at the night of her death. Detectives say circumstances inside the apartment revealed that someone had likely sustained fatal injuries, noting significant amount of blood throughout the apartment, signs of a struggle. They also located spent cartridge casing in the living room of the apartment. But they did not release, I don't think, that this guy did that. According to the affidavit, witnesses told detectives they saw an unknown person driving Sweeney's Audi S5 and saw the vehicle pull up to the parking lot of the apartment complex in the evening of February 28th, about 4 hours after Sweeney's last known communications. They said the Audi was followed by a large 4-door pickup truck, which quickly pulled into the parking lot, picked up the driver of the Audi, and exited the parking lot. They identified the truck owner as Buddy Allen Carr, who is identified as persons of interest in the case. Detectives work with Spartanburg County to make contact with Carr at his home, but their attempts to reach him were unsuccessful. Detectives noted that Carr's white pickup truck was located in the backyard of his residence. Search warrant obtained, executed for Carr's residence. During the search, detectives located Carr dead inside of the home with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. They also found a large black Husky container on the wood line of the property about 20 yards away from the truck. So he must have, like, put the tote on the wood line and then drove back to walked back to his house, left the truck there, and then did what he did. And then this guy goes to prison and has to pay the price for it. But who knows? He could have been the one that did it. Scrap Iron, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Hey, Gyro, what's good? Yeah, you said these two look like they run in those circles. Well, the guy on the left, he's in prison for 25 years. The guy on the right is no longer with us. And the one in the middle is no longer with us. And they're self-proclaimed associates of the Hells Angels. I don't know why people put that information out there. Like, what would be the reason? So the police want to talk to them about this situation. Why would they even mention that? You know, it makes no sense. Just crazy. I mean, we've seen this time and time again, though, where people mention that. They say, oh, that they're associates. So what? What the hell does that matter? Right? There's been a lot of accidents lately. I'm trying to check something real quick. All right, here's one. I mean, these are every day, all day long. But it's getting colder out, so things are going to start changing, you know? Police investigating after a man dies in a motorcycle crash with a sedan in Baltimore, Maryland. Police are investigating after a man died from his injuries suffered in a motorcycle crash involving a sedan in Baltimore, November 17th, around 8:55 p.m. Police responded to the 5100 block of Hartford Road for reports of a serious crash. Upon arrival, officers found a sedan that had collided with a motorcycle. The driver of the motorcycle, 20-year-old man, was taken to an area hospital where he later died from his injuries. The accident is under investigation. It says anyone with information about the deadly crash is asked to contact investigators. I mean, this happens so much. It's insane. Deadly motorcycle crash in Martin County claims at least one life. Let me see if I could show you guys. I don't know if it'll let me show you guys this. Damn, that's a pretty bad crash scene, too. 2 motorcycles, I'm pretty sure. So this is in Martin County. They reported a fatal crash involving a motorcycle and a truck at the intersection of Alapata Road and Warfield Boulevard. Emergency crews, including Martin County Fire Rescue deputies, traffic investigations are on the scene. The area remains heavily impacted. Let me see. And it was a deadly accident. At least one person is dead after the crash in Martin County on Tuesday afternoon. Martin County Sheriff's Office reported a fatal crash involving a motorcycle and a truck at the intersection of Alapatha Road and Warfield Boulevard. Emergency crews, including Martin County Rescue deputies, traffic investigators, are on the scene. The area remains heavily impacted. Authorities have not confirmed that the crash results in at least one fatality, and the names of those involved are not being released as the investigation is underway. The sheriff's office urges drivers to avoid this area and exercise caution for emergency personnel that are working on the scene. I mean, it looks like a pretty bad crash. Let me see if I can show you guys these pictures. I can share the and this dude's only 20 years old. I mean, it's crazy. Hold on, let me get this. My bad. My browser's been acting weird lately. We got a funny show for you guys tomorrow. We got another person that's possibly related to the Twin Outlaw Brotherhood. And I can't promise you will not lose brain cells watching that episode. I know you guys probably lost brain cells watching the last one, but I mean, if you watch the way that these guys talk and the things that they say, I mean, it's pretty telling. It sounds like they were infatuated with bikers when they were kids. And then when they're not accepted in those circles, and they want to be accepted so bad that they're willing to basically risk their life. Because let's face it, these guys are not comedians. They're in no way, shape, or form are they comedians. Comedians don't taunt international motorcycle clubs. They just don't do it. Comedians make people laugh. People really don't like these people. Hey, Farty Smalls, what's going on? How you doing? Like, people really don't like these people. You should see all the comments that I got on Facebook and YouTube. That the things that people say about these guys. Like, they don't like them. There's nothing positive. I don't think I've seen one positive comment the whole time of all the stuff that I've posted. I have not seen, I don't think I've seen one positive comment. Not one. So it's pretty crazy. And you would think, like, if there were comics, right? People would be like, put laughing emojis or something. They wouldn't be saying the stuff that they're saying. Matter of fact, tomorrow, too, we're going to go over some of the comments that people are leaving. And we're gonna go over a bunch of them. And I'm going to show you what people are saying about these guys. It's pretty funny. I grew up in a small town in the Bay Area with bikers. As a homie, we knew not to speak to them. Listen, these guys are just, I don't know. I don't think they're smart enough to be law enforcement. I really don't think they're smart enough to be cops. I mean, they can't even read. They were on Judge Judy, and they admitted that they could not read.
Today?
Yes, sir.
Because you thought it would
Yes, ma'am.
confuse me?
No, ma'am.
You're Dustin.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what happened to you.
When I was getting out,
What were you getting out for?
to run because there were so many kids around. I ain't sticking around.
Just a minute. How many kids were around?
Probably 15.
If you guys don't know, this is the Twin Outlaws. Like, that's these guys and their mom. Their mom's there too.
What were they doing around your car?
15 guys surrounded his car and they were gonna drag him out and handle the business.
Actually, I don't know. They don't like me.
Dustin, something tells me something happened before that, Dustin.
Actually, there was nothing happened. They don't like us because in the past there was the girls.
Who's we?
Me and Justin.
The girls don't like him. Dustin and Justin. The girls don't like Justin and Dustin because they drive pickup trucks to Sturgis.
The girls that they was going out with their boyfriends and everything. They didn't like us, and
I want you to, at all times when you're testifying, I want you to look in my eyes.
Yes, ma'am.
So the girls didn't like you because they were going out with their boyfriends and blah, 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 blah. I didn't get anything after that. That made sense.
Because we get in fights with them because they don't like us, okay? So
you get in fights with the girls or the boys?
The boys. And so the women hates us for that.
The girls hate you?
Yes.
Why do you get in fights?
He said we get in fights with the boys because the women hate us. He didn't say the women hate us. He said the women hates us. I mean, these guys, they self-admit that they don't know how to read. I mean, there's nothing wrong with not knowing how to read, right? I'm not the best reader in the world either.
What's with the boys, Dustin?
Because I don't know how to read and they pick on me and I ain't taking nobody's crap.
But he admits it right there. He doesn't know how to read. And they pick on him. And he ain't taking nobody's crap. And he must have carried that over to TikTok with his brother. And just kept it up, you know?
That's the reason.
And so, because of that, you think that these people don't like you. You don't say anything to them.
No.
You never start up with them.
No.
Does your brother know how to read?
No.
No, they're twins. They do everything the same. Oh, listen, man. You got hooked on phonics.
Is there any reason?
The crazy thing is she asked him, how you get your license? Don't you have a written part of the test? How'd you get your license? You don't know how to read. How did you achieve your driver's license? You know what he says to her? They just gave it to us. They didn't have to take a test. They just gave them their license.
Yeah, I don't know. I think.
What do you mean you don't know? Do you go for special tutoring?
Yes.
For how long?
For how long? Since we was in kindergarten.
Do you go to school every day?
Yes, ma'am.
Every day?
Not every day, no.
Not every day.
Dustin, don't throw the bull at me. Because if you can drive a car, I assume you have a license.
Watch what they say.
You had to take a test. You had to take as part of the test a written test.
We didn't take a written test, man.
They didn't take a written test. Who on earth doesn't take a written test for their license? I mean, you got to be able to read street signs, right? Stop, go, men working ahead, caution. Like, who passes their driver's test without taking a written test? These guys do. Do you believe this shit? Like, you can't make this up.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
How come?
Because we don't know how to read.
So they allowed you to drive a car without knowing how to read. Stop, go, hazard ahead.
You see what I'm saying? You got to know all that shit to drive. And these guys got their motorcycle endorsement license? Well, probably not, because we've never seen them ride their bikes, ever. There's not one video. I don't think we've ever seen them ride their bikes. And people say that those aren't even their bikes, that they're renting them, putting them in the garage and sitting by them. Because you don't ever see them riding them, ever.
Yes, ma'am.
What state is that?
It's Iowa.
I'm staying out of there. How often do you go to school? Once a week, maybe?
No, ma'am. The reason why we go probably once a week is because we don't get taught nothing, because they didn't teach us timetables or multiplication tables or anything like that.
So now you stay home and cruise?
No, I don't cruise anymore.
Now they just sit in their garages and talk shit to the biggest motorcycle clubs in the country. And we're going to go over this tomorrow. So if you guys like the show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Stacks, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. If you want to donate to the show, you can buy me a coffee at Chatting with Stacks. I appreciate all you guys. Every donation goes a long way. You can hit a Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle. All the links are in the description of this video. If you want to see the new Ex-Hell's Angel interview, join the membership and you'll be able to watch it tonight. I appreciate all you guys. Have a great night. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.